What's the number one mistake of brand new wholesalers? I'm Dan Breslin, founder of Diamond Equity Investments. I buy, fix, and sell retail properties, and I also wholesale deals. Each month I buy about 2 to 3 properties that I'll fix and flip retail, and then I'll do another 8 to 10 deals per month on a wholesale basis, where I negotiate to buy the property, sell to another investor for cash before I have to close on the deal and collect the money in between. I've closed more than 250 deals in my career since 2006, and I only bought one of those properties with a real estate agent. So what value does a wholesaler bring? Why doesn't a homeowner just go out, hire a real estate agent, sell the property on their own? Why is there a wholesaler who can come in, negotiate a deal, and then find another buyer and make fees of $5,000, $10,000, $15,000? I've even seen some $100,000 assignment fees on deals. So what value does the wholesaler bring to the market? A wholesaler's job is to keep inventory coming in the door for other investors who are actually buying the properties, fixing the properties up, and then turning them around and renting them, or turning around and selling them retail. So the wholesaler brings value by moving the negotiation along, by being a source of deals for other investors. So the number one mistake that I see people, they get in, they hear about the wholesaling business, and they think, wow, that's a great pathway to get in. I mean, myself, I made $6,000 on my first deal, so it was one hell of a ride since then, and I'm making a good amount of money now, consistently by wholesaling properties. So a lot of new people get into the business, and they think they're going to wholesale property because they see the big dollar amounts involved. And one of the biggest mistakes that people make is that they start looking at listed properties first. When we get into the business, we have no experience whatsoever as to what a real deal looks like, how to find a deal, how to negotiate a deal. A lot of people, including myself, I had no real estate experience. I never bought a property. The extent of my real estate experience was signing a lease on an apartment that I moved into. I'd never bought a house in my life before. So the first thing I did when I started out, I'm going to wholesale property, I'm going to do a deal. I really had no direction. I didn't start off to wholesale. I started off to become a real estate investor. But my mistake, like a lot of other people, the biggest mistake I see is going after properties that are listed by real estate agents. The property has a for sale sign out front. It looks a little bit run down, decrepit, looks like it needs some work, and then we start trying to do deals on listed property. The only issue with that is that a lot of times the MLS is not that there are no deals there. It's much more difficult for a wholesaler who's usually starting off with no money, no cash to close a deal, and no credit to buy the property themselves. The real estate agents don't take people like that seriously because they have no experience and they waste a lot of people's time. Like I said in the beginning, I bought, fixed up, and sold. I've closed more than 250 deals, and I only bought one with a real estate agent. And the one that I did buy with a real estate agent, I kind of jumped out the window, paid too much money for the property, and I ended up losing money and selling the property just to get out of the deal. It was a bad deal for me. So my experience with listed properties is that I don't make money there. 249, 250 other deals, I'm making money. On the board behind me, I got about 35 deals cooking right now. 6 or 7 of those I own that I'm fixing and flipping. Every one that's in green is sold right now, waiting to go to settlement, and the other ones on the other side are properties that I have under contract, and I either haven't decided whether I'm going to buy them myself, fix them up, keep them as rentals, or whether they're going to be wholesaled out. But every one of those deals will go to settlement, and I'm going to make money on those. The one thing that every one of the deals behind me on the board has in common is that there's no real estate agent involved whatsoever. The seller found me. I put the deal together. There's a few up there I'm actually paying real estate agents to bring me an end buyer because those end buyers pay good money when they're represented by real estate agents. So I'm going to leave you with this. The number one key to success as a wholesaler, in my experience, and where I've made all my money, the number one key to success is having the seller call you. You don't want to, well, let me put it this way. You have a much better chance of getting a deal done if the seller picks up the phone and kind of called you on their terms. Now, they could be responding to some advertisement or a letter that you sent them, but when I say the seller is calling you, I mean that you didn't see a for sale by owner sign and then call them. You didn't necessarily find them on Craigslist and reach out to them. There are deals to be had when you kind of like see the for sale signs, for sale by owner, properties for sale on Craigslist or Zillow. You can find some deals there. but it's like a needle in a haystack. Whereas when the sellers are constantly calling you, you have your pick of the deals. You have a much better chance of getting a solid deal when the seller picks up the phone and calls you on your terms. So with that, if you haven't done so already, please visit my website at wholesalehouses101.com, and you can download my 19-page ebook. It includes the 9 steps of how to wholesale a deal, and it's also by the same title, Wholesale Houses 101. Thanks.